In 2020, an exclusive organisation for the world's most powerful people, called Stakeholders, enacted a 10-year transition to a global authoritarian political system called stakeholder capitalism.
It's a funeral of shareholder capitalism, and it's a birth of stakeholder capitalism.
You have shown us the way forward.
One of their agendas by 2030 is to own the food supply chain.
Bill Gates became the largest individual owner of farmland.
According to their reports, this is what they want us to eat.
GMO wheat, every piece of corn I've ever eaten is GMO corn. So these are things that billions of years of using these products have been done. Anyway, these are proven products.
The stakeholders have an initiative to ban livestock.
Cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions. So we need to change cows.
And increase our consumption of
artificial meat, like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
We'll have the convenience of printing it from our homes. Or luckily for us,
today, the European Commission has officially declared mealworms to be food.
We can choose real meat that's climate change friendly.
Mealworms, crickets, grasshoppers. These tiny insects, just over 2 centimeters long, could be key to feeding the planet.
As the stakeholders continue to scare us with their climate change propaganda,
climate change. It threatens to tip tens of millions of people over the edge into food insecurity, followed by malnutrition, mass hunger and famine in a crisis that could last for years.
We also expose the World Economic Forum's initiatives.
The Netherlands will host the World Economic Forum Food Innovation Hubs
that are designed to remove ownership of family farms.
This means turfing people off their farms.
Massive farmer protests have broken out around the Netherlands.
Thousands of farmers have been protesting on the outskirts of Delhi.
Trudeau is not alone. Leaders from 4 countries, they want governments like India to scrap farmer-friendly laws.
Good evening. Farmers all over the country walked off the paddock today and took their tractors to town.
Every 5th farmer you see here today will be gone by 2030.
Hundreds of French farmers drove their tractors to Paris.
Last weekend, once again, I had a colleague who killed himself.
You're not the only farmer with this problem. The lust to control other human beings is a story as old as time. There's a very strong drift in the direction of globalization, of the ultimate centralization of control in the hands of unelected officials at supranational organizations.
They want all of the resources of the world in their pocket.
The bigger picture is that an attempt is underway now to collapse liberal democracy and replace it with global technocracy.
This is a coup. They're saying we can control with rules. We don't need currency anymore.
Let's start with the Genius Act. I'm very confused about the Genius Act. I thought there was a deal made by the president to make sure that included was going to be the central bank digital currency. There'd be no possibility of a backdoor to get that. So where are we?
You never thought in your lifetime that the government would shut you down, would close your churches, would close your schools, would close your business. And that happened only a few years ago. But what is happening today is the groundwork is being laid, and it's all in the name of cryptocurrency and stablecoin, but it is the entire regulatory process to switch us from cash to a cashless society to digital currency that can be controlled by the federal government. And there will be no ban on a central bank digital currency. There will be no way to protect your ability to fully control your digital currency in the future. And I'm voting no to this today. I don't know if there'll be any other no votes on the Republican side, but I'm voting no to this because I'm a Christian and I've read the Bible and I believe what Revelations 13:16 through 17 says. And I just cannot vote for a future system that will do that.
It's purely a digital concentration camp. It's a slavery system.
When Catherine Austin Fitts talks, we should listen. She's a former high-level investment banker in New York and held senior office in the first Bush administration in Washington.
There may be 1,000 models of how it could work. But essentially, you will have, whether it's a banking account or a credit card, and it can be turned off and on. So my incentive system is not you go to work and work hard and you get money. My incentive system can be based on how you behaved in the last 5 minutes, on a 24/7 basis.
CBDCs, as the name suggests, would be issued by central banks like the Federal Reserve in America and the Bank of England, not by high street banks. They would signal the end of cash, and every transaction you make would be transparent and held on a permanent database. Crucially, under a net zero regime, your carbon footprint could be at the heart of the system.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
This can be the infrastructure for a carbon credit system. It's totalitarian control, and if people don't become aware of it now, it's going to be too late to backtrack from this. It's a ratchet system where it's very difficult, if not impossible, to backtrack.
It's like an inverted prison. You are supposedly free to roam about, but everything you want to access is behind lock and key.
The potential for social control is gigantic and potentially irreversible.
They plan to commandeer land, reduce farming, and radically change the food we eat, transform the supply of electricity, and then dictate how we use it, and replace currency with a system of credits. All three strategies are built on the premise of a climate crisis caused by carbon dioxide.
I do not think there's a climate crisis, and I base that on all the evidence and the climate data sets that we build to answer questions just like that.
This is a plan that was agreed to by 179 nations. It's called the Agenda for the 21st Century. It's a totalitarian state being developed right now all over the world. It is the inventory and control plan. Inventory and control of all land, all water, all minerals, all plants, all animals, all construction, all means of production, all food, all energy, all information, and all human beings in the world. And this is a plan that was agreed to by 179 nations back in 1992. It's a United Nations plan. It's called the Agenda for the 21st Century. And so many of us around the world think that, sustainable development, it just sounds so great. Isn't it about recycling and creative reuse and creating energy and food resources for everyone? And the answer is no, it really is not. It's about moving populations into city centers, concentrated city centers, and clearing them out of the rural areas. All systems have to be brought into harmony in order to control them all. Because when systems don't meet, when they're out of balance or not in sync with one another, they can't be controlled centrally. And the goal of Agenda 21 is one world government and total control from a central unit. Every nation that signed on to Agenda 21 has its local Agenda 21 plan. The three pillars of United Nations Agenda 21 are economy, ecology, and equity, the three E's. And everyone sort of thinks that they know what that means, the idea of social equity. It must mean that, everyone's going to have access to clean water and clean air, and no one's property is going to be used as a dumping ground because they are at a poverty level. But really what social equity is about impoverishing huge portions of the population and bringing down the developed nations. everything that we're looking at now is destined to collapse our economies. It's a totalitarian state being developed right now all over the world. And what major corporations want in this development is to be able to have full movement of workers without borders or boundaries, to be able to move their goods through without regulations, and to reduce wages. And so this is the goal. So this is what you find with social equity. And of course, economy and ecology is about, these are the three circles: economy, ecology, and social equity. And where they meet in the center is balance. But really that balance is a communitarian balance. So it's not balance of well-being of the people. What it is it's a balance for corporations so that they can exploit and control and have populations in an area, in tightly packed, dense areas, so that they can be surveilled and managed. And this is what that balance looks like as far as the development of a totalitarian state is.
It is a blueprint. It's the action plan to inventory and control all land, all water, all plants, all animals, all minerals, all construction, all means of production, all energy, all information, and all human beings in the world. It doesn't get any more comprehensive than that, does it? It's a global plan, but it's implemented locally. And this is what you need to know about it. It is implemented locally. It is in every single city, town, hamlet right now. We're not talking about something that's out there in the ether that's not impacting you today. It is happening now. It is the biggest public relations scam in the history of the world. But it is far more than that. It's the agenda for the 21st century, and it is a recipe for destruction. It enables and justifies monitoring and metering and restricting our energy and water usage, and you'll see that as smart meters, right? Sinking our economy, bleeding our transportation budget with high-cost trains to nowhere, revamping the school system by inserting sustainable development principles into every course from pre-kindergarten all the way to postgraduate school, declaring our public lands off limits to humans, changing every land use document in the nation to require high-density housing in city centers to more easily monitor, surveil, and control us. It's a global totalitarian state, and it is happening now. It's happening without any flashing lights. You're not going to see it called Agenda 21. It's a stealth plan, and it's happening in plain sight. Every takeover has its own philosophy, and this one does too, and it's called Communitarianism. It's the overarching political and social philosophy that goes with this plan. It's Communitarianism.
Only on Johnny Bigger.
And what is that? It says that the individual's rights have to be balanced with the rights of the community. Now, our Constitution guarantees us our individual rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, whatever that may be. But Communitarianism says that it's all for the common good, that the individual's rights need to be balanced with the rights of the community. Now, we don't know what the community's rights are because they're not delineated. They're not written anywhere. They can change at any time. They're those amorphous rights that it's living, it's growing, it's moving, it's changing, it's whatever they say it is. So you're going to balance your individual rights with the rights of the community, and guess what? The individual always loses. The community's rights are always heavier. There's more community than there is individual. We're all individuals, but together we're the community. Who speaks for us is the question, right? A crisis is created, okay? And then a solution is posed. The balance between these is the new normal. Now, you never would have agreed to that new normal if it weren't for that heavy crisis. But now you got to do something, right? You're in a panic. And now, without that crisis pressuring you, you would never have accepted that new solution. They came back, 1992, with Agenda 21. This is it. It's a real thing, believe it or not. It is an inventory and control plan. This is what they do. They're inventorying you, your use of energy. It's what you take in and what goes out. They're monitoring and measuring cities. The two parts of Agenda 21 are imposed. And that is smart growth, which is moving populations into concentrated city centers and restricting mobility, where we can be more easily monitored, controlled, and surveilled. And the other part, the wildlands. And that's getting people out of rural areas and suburban areas, blocking their access to wilderness roads and resources, and shifting land ownership from private to public. This is what this is about, is taking away our private land ownership. All totalitarian states share the same characteristics. Total control of property and means of production. Total information. Surveillance. Loss of free speech and restricted movement. They also share a philosophy, a common philosophy, and that is the philosophy that it's all for the common good. Yes, the individual is selfish. It's all for the common good. And what else? It's the Spartan present. Austerity. You've got to restrict your usage. You've got to reduce your usage. This is not about conservation. This is not about the environment. This is about inventory and control of you.
Only on Johnny Bigger.
This is a takeover of our nation. This is an administrative coup d'etat. And it is happening right now. And we are really in the end game now. This is what it looks like. It's worldwide. This is an unelected shadow government, and it is sold to you as an economic driver. That's what you're told. You can't compete, Little Dover. You're not going to be able to compete unless you join together in a region. It's the region. It's all about the region, right? This non-existent, unelected board and commission. These regional plans are the same all across the United States. It doesn't matter which city it is. It's all the same plan. Now, we're paying millions and millions of dollars to consultants to come up with these plans, these regional plans that are directing and restricting what we can do with our land. They have climate action plans as part of them. Some of those climate action plans say that you can't have drive-thrus anymore. You like stopping to grab something on your way somewhere? No, no, no. That is not walkable and bikeable. I don't know, I guess you can't ride your bike through there. Okay, no more drive-thrus in my town. This is coming your way. You haven't seen it here yet? You will. Okay, this is where it goes. This is all part of sustainable development. This is, I haven't gotten off topic one time. This is sustainable development. Agenda 21, sustainable development, restricting, controlling, inventory. This is it. They're using our money. They're taking our money. They are sinking our economy. This is designed to fail. That's what's so incredible about it. When you see these regions, you're going to see livable communities, livable community partnerships, sustainable communities, one planet communities. These are all part of Agenda 21. So here's the other piece of Agenda 21, and that is the wildlands. And excuse me, but that's where you live. That's right. That's where we are, the wildlands. It's a plan to remove humans and human activity from rural and suburban
Only
areas.
on Johnny Bigger.
Now, they use extreme population projections to say, hey, we're eating up all the farmland. We're building all over our farmland. We can't let that happen.
This is once again Luxembourg. We have seen many things that indicate 15-minute city. There's another one, another barricade right over there that goes up and down. 15-minute city is real. Right there. Now, you can see this car coming there, right behind me. And watch. Those things goes down. You see that? 15-minute city. It's right in your face. We saw that in Montpellier as well. Look at this guy. In order for a vehicle to enter here, they have to grab a ticket first before they can enter into here. And then this goes down. Once they grab the ticket, this goes down. This is what you call 15-minute city. Right there. See? They have barricades. It's easy to lock it up. You're not going to be able to leave. Because you cannot really break that. No vehicle can break that one. Look, watch this guy coming. He's going to grab a ticket first. Right here. Grab a ticket and then it's going to go down. Watch. Oh, it scans something. And it goes down. You see it? It goes down. Both of them went down. And then it's going to come back up again. Right there. That's 15-minute city here for you. That's pure control. The 15-minute city is real. But the majority don't realize what it is. That it is a form of slavery to lock you in.
How plainly the words of God have predicted this condition of things. Are we there yet? John writes, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.